Communication is all we need. Okay, I'm not even going to try and sing because that is not my thing right now. I'm not saying I can't sing well. I can't really sing. But anyway, that's not the topic. Today we're talking about communication, guys. Ever since the existence of living things, communication has been the forefront of evolution. From cell mutations transferring their mutations onto other cells, to herds of animals warning one another of danger, to our ancestors passing on information learned over generations and generations to the young, and to us, forming languages from different tribes, ultimately giving you the ability to give drivers a piece of your mind when you're driving.
You f***ing dumbass! What's up?
You shouting when you want me?
No, f***
Huh?
you twat.
What? You give way there, you muppet! You give way there! Twat! We have a nice day, then that happens.
Communication has been a vital part of all living things. Information is literally what makes the world go round. It's such a fundamental part of everything. You could say to communicate is to exist. Our society has evolved from having to write letters to those you love, waiting months to weeks to hear from them again, now to being able to tell anyone you care about around the world how you feel or how you are in a second. We couldn't be more spoiled of their ability to communicate with one another. But even with all this, loneliness is still common. There are things so many feel but cannot express that fear of judgment. As a wise man said, I am not alone with how I feel, but I am alone when I speak of it. And guess who that wise man was? Yeah, yours truly. When I realised people love to put up a front, I realised that this is not the way to be. Because see, suicide is on the rise. But so is the population, and we're in the middle of a pandemic, so I kinda get it. There's plenty of factors to add to the stats, but I believe so many could be saved had they had someone to talk to, and were able to tell somebody, my life is falling apart, I need a hug. I need someone who can understand. But so many don't have that somebody to connect with. And I'm talking mainly men. Now, this is not my judgment against women, this is not what it is. But men are 7 times more likely to kill themselves than women. Because we're told to be tough, no matter what. But here's something that most people don't seem to realise. We're still very much human. And as tough as men want to be, every human being sometimes is forced to feel things, whether we like it or not. It's biology. We go through ups and downs. And whether you're a man or a woman, things eat you up inside, and you need somebody there for you. So if you didn't get it in the first time, let me say it again. Men are still very much human. And this sense of men not being able to express themselves, having to man up, needs to stop. There should be a place where men can express themselves and explain to people how they feel and the struggles they go through. I watched once on TED a video once of a man who talked about an experiment on rats.
And you give it 2 water bottles. One is just water and the other is water laced with either heroin or cocaine. If you do that, the rat will almost always prefer the drugged water and almost always kill itself quite quickly, right? But in the 1970s, Bruce Alexander looked at these experiments and said, well, hang on a minute. We put the rat alone in an empty cage where it's got nothing that makes life meaningful for rats. What would happen if we did this differently? So he built a cage that he called Rat Park, which is basically like heaven for rats. They've got loads of friends, they can have loads of sex, they've got everything that makes life meaningful for rats. And they've got both the water bottles, the normal water and the drug water. This is the fascinating thing. In Rat Park, when their deeper needs are met, they don't like the drugs. They hardly ever use them. None of them ever overdose. So you go from 100% compulsive use and overdose when they don't have the things that make life meaningful to none when they do.
The point is, like rats, humans need each other. And the more we learn to communicate with one another, the better the outcome will be for the mental health of every individual. Being able to communicate how we truly feel should be accepted with open arms instead of telling people they're too sensitive or need to man up. This mentality does not work and will never work. And yes, I understand you may feel like you have no one to talk to, but trust me, I tell you, there is always someone out here who would listen. You've got to be willing to express yourself rather than keeping your emotions boiling up inside. And just like that, you should be someone who's open to listen to others. Communication is what will save us in the end. And together, we can start clamping down on mental health and create a better world for us and those to come. That is my take, people. Communicate more. Peace.